Hello and welcome to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, Instagram, FB, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, at Snapchat, Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. All right, so according to the Coalition for the Homeless, approximately 23,000 children sleep every night in one of New York City's municipal shelters. It's also been said that 10,000 of those children are enrolled in New York City public schools and oftentimes miss days of schools due to their current circumstances. And these children, they're our future. And so the Dare2B organization has dedicated its time and services to creating better opportunities for homeless children through their holistic programming. And joining us to tell us more about the organization are Dare2B Executive Director Roxana, Colarado, and Dare2B volunteer Scott Kaplan. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for serving and choosing to make a difference in our future, because the children are our future.
Definitely.
And the numbers that I just shared with our viewers are just really outrageous
Yes.
and unacceptable. And so having to work with that, Roxana, what inspired you to even take on a role like this?
I had volunteered through New York Cares and I started seeing more of the need. And it wasn't until a holiday event that we discovered how bad it was, that not even during the holidays could kids have a memorable experience. And we wanted to change that. And so we started with just creating really good, memorable experiences during the holidays. And through time, it just morphed into what it is now, a 7-step program.
So give me a little background on Dare2B and how long it's been in existence.
So it started in 2009. And again, it was just holiday events. We started with just creating a Thanksgiving meal that offered gourmet meal, that it wasn't being plopped on a plate. It was actually an experience where a lot of the kids had never been to a restaurant. So it was really shocking to them to have a hostess welcome them and have people serve them versus them having to go up with a plate and have food on top. And then around the
lunchroom style.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So and instead around the room they had face painting and a live DJ, tattoos, and just all these great activities.
So how does this work? Parents who live in shelters bring their kids to the organization to experience this. How does this work?
So we discovered through the years that in order to really provide services, the best services to our audience, we had to be in the shelters. So we partnered with the shelters to be able to deliver the programming.
Okay, and so Scott, you're a volunteer.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been volunteering?
It's been, I think, almost 5 years that I've been working with them.
And, volunteering means that you're just giving it your time, which is the most valuable asset one can devote to any cause or any matter. Why have you chosen to volunteer for Dare2B?
Well, I met Roxy through a mutual friend, and just when I heard what they were doing, it was something I wanted to be a part of. Kids have a lot of tough breaks sometimes, and if we can alleviate some of that, then I think that's a really good thing to spend my time doing.
How has it impacted you?
I mean, it definitely gives you a sense of purpose when you see the kids just happy and actually getting to experience these things, whether it's artistic, athletic. I mean, they really cover all the bases, and just makes you feel good to be a part of it.
And what are the age ranges we're talking about?
We're between the ages of 5 to 17, but primarily our kids are between 5 and 14.
And so how do you provide these services? And let's talk about the holistic approach to these services.
So first and foremost is definitely through our volunteers. Without them, we would not exist. So what's been very unique with Dare2B has been that we're fully funded through individuals versus grants or anything else. But again, that limits the growth, right? But people like Scott, when he started, it was just we found out he was into fitness and that he's a fitness instructor, and we had a long-term goal of providing fitness classes to our kids, but didn't know how to go about it. So he came and piloted the programs with us, and that was just amazing. We learned what worked, what didn't work, and then was able to offer it with other fitness instructors throughout New York City shelters. So that was really exciting. But it's really the force of the volunteers. We have repeat volunteers like him that are international and local. and they work with us for so many years.
So how often do you teach these classes, and are you teaching them to other instructors so that now you have a certain style in which you've implemented into shelters? Is that what's
think,
going? And it's Dare2B. I know. I went in. I was like, wait a minute. What was that? He piloted at
So
Dare2B.
he did the
right?
piloting. Yeah, he definitely went with us to pilot it. So that's really important for us. We never just impose things on our families. It's really about piloting it, saying, okay, what's your idea? How does it align with our mission? And then our clients are our children. So sitting with them and saying, what do you think? You know, how can we do it better and improving it? But since then, he's become an advocate. And that's been really huge, and volunteering for different events when he's available. But the advocacy
Or
has
different
been
events
huge.
when you're available. So,
Yeah.
how many kids is that in one shot? And how often? When you say 4 events, it's like this one huge event that's coordinated. What, quarterly or monthly?
We have weekly events.
Oh,
our weekly
weekly.
programming. Yes, we have our weekly programming that takes place where the kids are more structured and they learn how to develop it into careers, really inspiring them to see themselves, visualize themselves into having opportunity versus what they think is their limitation. And then separately, we have our distribution events, our pop-up events, where they get rewards points to cash in for the things that they receive. So nothing's ever given to them for free.
So they earn.
Yes.
That's lovely.
Yes.
So then there's that aspect of being a contribution to society that's being taught to them.
Exactly. And that's really crucial to us because when we first started, kids were just like, why do I need to learn about working or anything else if my mom has been in the system, my grandmother has been in the system, my aunt's in the system? So it was just about, I just have to learn how to work the system. We're like, oh my God, that's not the way to go about it.
So you're transforming their thoughts as well.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And so I know you're having a walk and also this back to schools right around the corner. So what efforts are being made for that contribution? And you know, everybody does book bag drives because I don't know, how many kids do you guys take care
So
of?
that's really important, and that's where we want to clarify to people that our backpack initiative is completely separate from the hundreds of backpack programs that you see. Everyone provides starter packets, and those starter packets only last 2 to 3 months for our children, and then they're left with no school supplies. So we come in and we complement it. So for example, right now we're having a distribution event on Thursday, and Operation Backpack donated all these backpacks, school bags, and all the supplies in it. So what we do is that the kids come in and they're able to get the supplies for the rest of the year through us. All their other loose leaf papers, their pencils, whatever it is they need for the full year. And so what Scott's been doing really great is that every year he does different fundraisers for our kids to be able to fund the distribution events, whether it's winter apparel or hygiene essentials and school supplies. And that's another thing, our school supplies include hygiene essentials because our kids need to stay clean while they're in school. That's a big challenge for them too. Yes.
Yeah.
So
you have a walk coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, so on Saturday, I'm walking the entire length of Manhattan from Marble Hill all the way down to Battery Park. It's about 14 miles. I'm going to have some friends coming along for parts of it and just trying to raise money. You can go to walkforthekids.com and donate there to make sure that these kids get the school and hygiene supplies they need.
And so you're going to walk.
Yep.
14 miles.
I love walking, so I figured let's put something I love doing to a good cause. And
it's beautiful.
Last year was the first year I did it and raised about $2,000, which supplies 80 kids their school supplies. So we're hoping to get a little more, up to $2,500 this year, so we can get an even 100 kids the supplies they need.
Awesome. Wow, wonderful. This is wonderful work. And also, before we go, I want to talk a little bit about the event that's happening in September, because you have a networking event, and that's another means of fundraising as well for these children, right?
Yes, we're really excited about our anniversary because it's the one time where everyone comes together. And we have such an incredible and eclectic group of professionals that work with us on site, off site, advocates, volunteers, sponsors, just everything as a whole. So it's really exciting to see everyone come together, and just the energy that comes into that room is really spectacular to experience.
Well, congratulations
Thank
on that.
you.
That's happening September 26th, right?
No, that's actually September 16th.
September 16th,
On
and
a
you're celebrating
Sunday.
9 years, right?
Yes, 9 years.
Congratulations.
Thank
on
you
9
so
years
much.
And serving
Thank
our
you.
children
Thank
in
you.
need.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. And hopefully will be a contribution to this as well.
Yes.
So, Dare2B, the walk for the kids, that's going to happen on Saturday, August 25th at Marble Hill, 225th Street at 11 a.m. And for more details on the walk and the Dare2B 9th anniversary celebration event taking place September 16th, you can visit dare2bnyc.org. Okay, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear of one of the city's top-rated art studios, so don't go anywhere.